What is up, guys? JT Anime and Nerd here, bringing you all that nerdy goodness. Today we continue my Kingdom Hearts 3 rewrite dubbed Keyblade War Edition by continuing with part 2 of the Twilight Town storyline. Sora continues his adventure to save Roxas, and so will venture into the Data Twilight Town to do it. Will Sora, Donald, and Goofy succeed, or will Sora have no choice but to give in to the darkness? With all that said, let's get into the episode. Within the old mansion, Sora, Donald, and Goofy stand on the transporter, ready to go to the other Twilight Town. All right, the transporter is active and ready. Question is, are you guys ready? Dip dandy. Ready to go. I'm ready. We're coming, Roxas. Be careful in there, you understand? You got it, Jiminy. Here we go. Pence then presses a button on the terminal, activating the transporter and sending Sora and friends into the Twilight Town datascape. Within the datascape, Sora, Donald, and Goofy arrive in the same lab as before, but they know they've arrived in the other Twilight Town due to the destroyed terminal that at Roxas destroyed in Kingdom Hearts 2. Did it work?
Jiminy and Pants aren't here.
There's only one way to find out. Let's head outside. Sora, Donald, and Goofy go outside the cabin, only to find the forest somewhat incomplete pieces, torn like paper with red vanished circles within its tears.
Definitely the data state.
Looks like nobody's fixed this place up in a while. Let's head to town. As Sora and Donald and Goofy walk into the broken forest, the title card of Datascape is shown, introducing the new world what Sora and friends just entered. Sora and friends enter the Data Twilight Town, finding it broken as the rest of the Datascape. We're definitely not in Twilight Town anymore. Why don't we go have a look around?
We could see if there's anyone else around.
Suddenly, Sora and friends hear a sound coming from it in front of them, with none other than the bugs appearing before them. Bugs! You know them? Donald and Goofy then summon their weapons.
We'll explain later. First, we gotta take them down.
Sora then summons his Keyblade. Okay. After the battle, Sora and friends dematerialize their weapons. What were those things?
Bugs!
They were the enemies King Mickey and your Data version encountered in the Datascape within Jiminy's journal.
But what are they doing here? I thought they only showed up in Jiminy's journal.
Sora then begins to have a strange feeling. He then looks in a certain direction, almost as if a silent voice is guiding him. He then sees a mysterious figure in a black coat walk a certain direction. Sora?
What's wrong?
Sora then points in the direction he's facing. There! There's something's telling me that we should go that way. Huh? Come on! Sora begins running in the direction he's fixated on, with Donald and Goofy following behind. Unbeknownst to them, Sora and friends are followed by a floating bright blue piece of physical data. Wait for us!
Hold up, Sora!
After going through town square, Sora and friends end up making it to the Sandlot, a very familiar place to Roxas. Isn't this the Sandlot?
What are we doing here?
I could feel him. His heart. Roxas's heart. It told me to come here. But Sora then looks around and ends up seeing Cypher and his gang as they looked in Kingdom Hearts 2. Sora then runs up to the group, with Donald and Goofy following behind. Cypher! Phoebe! Foo! Rai! The Data group then turned to face Sora, making Sora really happy. You guys are really here! Suddenly, and sadly, Data Cypher's group begins to glitch and dissipates into reddish cubes, saddening Sora. This sight causes Sora to shed a tear that was not his own. Sora then wipes off the tear, noticing it. Suddenly, a plethora of bugs begin to surround the trio. More bugs? The trio then summons their weapons. Guys, I think this might be too much to handle. Goofy counters an attack from a bug.
We don't have a choice. Keep at it.
Donald then shoots Fire Raga at a group of bugs. Before Sora is given a chance to attack, a black-robed figure with a familiar sword unleashes a swift flurry of slashes, destroying each one of the bugs surrounding Sora and friends. After looking around to evaluate the absence of the bugs, Sora then keeps his guard up since the enemy is wearing an Organization 13 coat. The Organization? Here? The robed figure turns and takes off his hood, revealing himself to be a younger version of Riku. Riku? But how are you so young? Goofy and Donald look upon Riku, realizing who he truly is.
It can't be.
But I thought you were left in the datascape. Well, you can thank Jiminy for that. Data Riku then summons a holographic terminal in front of him and pushes a button. It's about time we made contact. You okay, fellas? Jiminy?
Where are you?
I can hear him, but I can't see him. I'm still at the terminal in Twilight Town. Hey, it's Pence. I'm here too. We're contacting you from the world outside. But how? And how is Riku here? Well, actually, Sora, this isn't the Riku you know at all. Huh?
I knew it.
You're the same Riku that helped us in the king from within the datascape. You're Jiminy's journal. What? You got it right on the nose. I'm just a copy of Riku made of data from Jiminy's journal. But I gotta say, it's an honor to finally meet you, Sora. Likewise. Glad to finally meet you too. How in tarnation did you get here?
And why are the bugs here?
Well, I'm here thanks to Jiminy. He downloaded the data from his journal so I could guide you through the datascape. As for the bugs, all I know at this point is that they're not from the journal this time. Wait, you mean the bugs came from Jiminy's journal? It was because of Naminé's manipulation on your memories, Sora. It affected Jiminy's journal too, and when it got digitized, the manipulation formed the bugs. How does that work? Let's just stick to what we can comprehend. All I can tell you is that the bugs aren't spawning from the data within Jiminy's journal. The bugs are coming from the Twilight Town datascape itself. Well, great. So how are we gonna save Roxas if we got bugs roaming around? I don't think we even know where to start. Actually, that's why I'm here. I can guide you through the datascape and help you stop the bugs from invading any further. The bugs have been corrupting the data in this Twilight Town, as you've seen. But if we can close the breaches within the datascape, we can stop the bugs from entering this world. Alright, then where to? Follow me. To the train station. After going through the train station, Sora, Donald, and Goofy end up at the next train station that leads to Sunset Terrace. Sora and friends head up the stairs of the train station, but Sora notices something. Sora then goes back down the stairs, only for Donald and Goofy to continue on, not noticing Sora being left behind. Sora then thinks for a moment. That's weird. These steps seem to count differently when going up and down. Suddenly, the floating piece of physical data begins to get at Sora's attention, startling him for a moment, but seemingly trying to tell him something. The data piece then begins hopping from step to step in order to show Sora something. Huh? Sora begins following the data piece's lead as he steps exactly on each step the data piece hops on while counting. Oh, I must have miscounted. Suddenly, the stairs begin to glow as reddish cubes begin lifting up and disappearing from the area. In a flash, the train station appears to have returned to a normal state, as if the bugs had never affected it. Whoa! Is this what Riku was talking about? Thanks huh? Sora looks around for the data piece, only for it to have seemed to disappear. Donald and Goofy then return for Sora.
Sora! Why are you still here?
Sora continues to look around. Just thought I saw something. Sora then goes up the stairs. as the floating piece of data follows him from above, outside his and Donald and Goofy's field of vision. Sora and friends make it to Sunset Terrace and are then greeted by Data Riku, who appears through a portal of data. This is where we'll find some of the remaining branches. There are 6 in total throughout this datascape. There were originally 7, but something seems to have closed the first one. Sora then acknowledges what he might have done earlier. A slight flashback shows Sora step by the steps earlier. Did I close the first breach by those stairs? Sora continues to think. Sora, you with us? Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought. You always were scatterbrained. Hey! Donald and Goofy begin to chuckle. There are a total of 3 breaches in this area. I'd advise splitting up and looking around, but be careful. Since this is the origin point of the breaches, the bugs are going to show up in more frequent numbers. Be on your guard. Sora and friends nod in response and then split up. Meanwhile, the blue piece of data shows up before Sora, surprising him. What? It's you! The floating data piece then floats to a certain direction, leading Sora to follow behind. Sora goes to a wall in an alleyway, only for a floating ball to exit the wall like a portal and head in Sora's direction. Sora dodges the ball. What the? Sora looks on to see more balls coming out of the brick wall. The data piece then dodges the balls and then touches the wall, seemingly trying to tell Sora to do the same thing. Oh, I think I get it. Alright, here I go. After reaching the wall, Sora places his hand on it, causing a bunch of red cubes to disperse from the wall. This causes a group of bugs to appear and surround Sora, leading him to fight them. After the battle, Sora then sees a memory of Roxas's encounter with the wall. After the flashback, the breach would then show to be repaired. The data piece then heads seemingly to the next breach. Huh? I think I get it now. Lead the way, little guy. Sora then presses on to the next breach. The order of the 3-7 Wonders of Twilight Town is up to the player in terms of order. Sora would ultimately investigate the moans in the tunnel, only to face a group of Ada Vivi copies, discovering the memory of Roxas finding out about the sound coming from the vent, defeating another group of bugs, and closing the breach in the tunnel. Sora then goes up to Sunset Hill, only to face off against a moving bag. However, after the battle, the bag would be revealed to be a dog stuck in a bag. Freeing the dog would summon a group of bugs that Sora would have to defeat. Afterwards, Sora would see the memory of Roxas discovering the same thing, and ultimately closing the breach. Finally, Sora would end up at the waterfall, seeing his reflection. Sora's reflection would, however, become a shadow doppelganger, leading to a boss fight with it. After the first fight, however, the breach would be absorbed into Sora's doppelganger, empowering it with the bugs and beginning a second round of the boss fight. After the battle, Sora would see the memory of Roxas facing off against his own shadow doppelganger, and finally close the breach. After closing the 3 breaches, Sora and friends regroup with Data Riku. Good work, guys. The 3 breaches are closed. But me and Donald didn't find any of those breaches.
It was all Sora.
Doesn't mean you didn't contribute. Yeah, trying still counts. It looks like the 3 breaches were connected to a few myths regarding in Twilight Town. They're called the 7 Wonders, but it seems that not all of the wonders are where the breaches are. We've got 3 left, right? Correct. I can confirm their locations. One seems to be back at the train station, another or one at the usual spot, and finally the Sandlot. But why didn't we go to those ones before coming here? We were over there earlier. It's weird. It's as if they were hiding from me, but now they can seemingly be detected. I'm beginning to think that you guys aren't the only ones with access to the datascape. Hold on a second, Pent said as from above. Do you think someone hacked into the datascape and placed the bugs inside it? It's possible, Pence. Not confirmed, but the most likely conclusion. And I'm betting that whoever they are, they were hiding the breaches back on the other side of this datascape. So, we could be walking right into a trap? Maybe. But we have to close those breaches if we want any chance of bringing Roxas back. Alright, let's head back. After getting back to the front of the train station and with the clock tower, the floor then begins to create a floor barrier and raises everyone up to the front of the clock tower. What's happening?
I don't know.
Another breach? As Sora and friends reach the sky, a group of bugs surrounds them, but then forms into a corrupted Data version of Roxas. Roxas? Suddenly, Data Riku appears from a portal of Data, drawing his Soul Eater sword in hand. No, it's just a form the bugs of this breach have taken. Get ready! A boss battle against Bug Roxas begins, with Data Riku as an added party member. After the boss fight with Bug Roxas, the breach then closes. Sora then suddenly gets a massive headache, witnessing firsthand the memory of Roxas and a girl wearing an organization coat, but her face is blurred out, making Sora unable to identify her. After the flashback, Sora opens his eyes, shedding tears and being back on the ground with Donald and Goofy and Data Riku. Roxas, what happened to you? We should continue on. Only 2 breaches left. We'll head to the usual spot. Sora and friends make it to the usual spot, only for Data Riku to appear again from a data portal. I don't really sense much hostility here. It looks like I can close this breach manually without spawning any bugs. Data Riku then sticks out his hand and begins to close the breach. As the breach closes, Sora then sees another flash of Roxas' memories, seeing his time with Hayner, Pence, and Olette from beginning to end in the usual spot. After the flashback, Sora begins to shed tears, with Donald and Goofy beginning to take notice.
Sora?
What's wrong? Data Riku then takes notice after finally closing the breach. Sora then takes notice of his own tears. It's Roxas. Huh? Roxas's heart resides within you, Sora. The breaches may not be coincidental after all. They're all connected to Roxas's memories, his experiences within the datascape. Sora, you're feeling what Roxas is feeling. Hurt. Sora looks at his right hand. Roxas's life here may have been treated as fake, but it was real to him. And now, he has a chance to have his life back for real this time. No matter what, we're getting Roxas back. Data Riku then smiles. Of course. After all, you never change. You never give up on anyone, Sora. Hang on, Roxas. You'll be free in no time. But what about the power of waking?
I guess we're just gonna have to improvise.
Better now than never. Let's go. Right. As Sora and friends exit the usual spot, Sora looks back for a moment. But if it's based on his memories here, Sora then has a flashback to the girl with a blurred face. Then why did that last memory feel so real? Brushing it off, Sora continues on to follow his friends. Sora and friends then all get to the sandlot, only to find the breach at the center of it, with no bugs around it. There's the breach! Data Riku swiftly appears from the portal, reaching his hand out to Sora as Sora begins to run toward the breach. Sora! Wait! Suddenly, bugs begin to surround the breach, protecting it with everything they've got. More bugs? Sora then summons his Keyblade. Everything is more than what it seems, young Sora. Sora and his friends look up, wondering where the voice is coming from. Just then, what appears to be Apprentice Xehanort appears from a data portal. Xehanort? In a matter of speaking. No, I understand. You're not Xehanort. You're just a virus program he installed in the datascape.
Very perceptive. I must commend you. But it changes nothing.
But how are you even here? Someone must have downloaded him into the computer, most likely through another terminal.
Correct. This happened during the Heartless' siege on Radiant Garden. My sole purpose is to ensure this datascape is erased before it can wind up in unsavory hands.
You mean our hands?
I merely follow my programming. The bugs are essential to erasing the datascape, and so they shall. If you interfere any longer, I will be forced to take extreme measures.
I'm surprised, considering Xehanort wants Roxas to come back.
Like I said, I follow my programming. Unless they program me again, their new ambitions are nothing to me.
So you in what army? Data Xehanort then splits himself into data versions of Xemnas and Ansem. Donald and Goofy then run up to Sora's sides with their weapons drawn.
Looks like more than just an army.
In the end, Data returns to nothing.
A boss battle between Sora and friends with Data Riku in the party and Data Xemnas and Ansem with a shared health bar begins. After getting their health to a certain point, Sora and friends are overwhelmed by the amount of odds they're facing. They're too strong.
What do we do?
More bugs begin to appear around Data Xemnas and Data Ansem.
We can't stop now.
We may need to fall back.
Fall into nothingness.
Data Xemnas shoots a beam of nothingness at Sora, only for Data Riku, Donald, and Goofy to reach out in order to save Sora.
Sora!
Suddenly, the blue floating data piece gets in the way of the blast. A flash of light can be seen, and as Sora looked on, the data piece would transform itself and reveal itself to be an incomplete Data Sora. Data Sora looks back at Prime Sora with a smile and content expression. Sora looks up at Data Sora with an expression of shock. Glad to finally meet you. And thank you. Data Sora is then destroyed by the blast, successfully protecting Sora. Sora then begins to shed tears after what he's just seen.
Well, well. It appears unwanted guests have intervened, but are easily disposed of.
Sora then gets up, angry at what he's just seen.
You're going to pay for that?
A flash of yellow then shines swiftly from Sora's eyes, causing Data Riku to notice in curiosity. Suddenly, a flash of light shines on Sora's chest. Just then, a hooded figure then jumps from the top of the building behind Data Xemnas and Data Ansem. The hooded figure then summons the Kingdom Key Keyblade, and then swiftly destroys the remaining bugs.
Huh?
It can't be. The hooded figure then reveals himself to be none other than Roxas, much to everyone's delight.
No way! Roxas!
No time for chit-chat. Roxas then turns to face the Data Xemnas and Data Ansem. Roxas then enters a battle stance. Right now, it's time to finish this.
Not according to calculation, but nothing we can't erase.
The second round of the boss battle begins with Roxas as a new temporary party member. The boss battle ends with a reaction command having Sora, Data Riku, and Roxas combine attacks and defeat the Data Xehanorts. After the battle, the two reform into Data Xehanort, who begins to dissipate along with the breach.
Make no mistake. The darkness is closer than you think, Sora. You've just proved it.
Data Xehanort and the breach then disappear, finally ending the bug's reign of terror within the datascape, and transforming the Data Twilight Town back to its completed state. Sora then runs up to Roxas.
Roxas, you're here!
How's that even possible?
It must have been the power of waking. That's Sora for you.
Well, you're only half right.
From a data portal, The data version of Nominee then appears.
Nominee?
A data version of Nominee. The one from Jiminy's journal.
And the Sora we saw protecting our Sora was...
That's right. It was the same Sora that the king worked with to protect the datascape in Disney Castle.
I see. He must have hijacked his way here through the data of Jiminy's journal.
But why was he a floating blue blob of code?
He was never truly meant to return. Nominate A here used all the power she could to try and bring him back, breaking the laws of the datascape as much as possible. That way he was able to force his way into existence to get here. So he would have been erased either way. It would have been only a matter of time before he could give in to the datascape's laws.
Yes, but at least his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Now that we're in the datascape, I can help Ienzo gather the data he needs, even figure out the source of the bug virus.
Perfect! Well then, let's go, Roxas! Roxas then nods his head in disagreement. I'm afraid I can't come with you, Sora.
Huh? He's not the Roxas you know. He's the one from the datascape.
The same one that taught Data Sora about her. I had a feeling.
You're making that up.
What I truly am is a vessel for Roxas's heart. Something triggered the power of waking within you, Sora. And so Roxas's heart was placed within me as a temporary vessel. I have all his memories and feelings. But make no mistake, I promise to protect it with all of my being. So then, we succeeded, but failed at the same time. No, Sora. You did what you came to do.
All Ienzo needs to do now is create a vessel for Roxas. That way he can find his way to the Realm of Light again.
Data Nominee summons a data portal at the center of the Sandlot, creating a way for Sora, Donald, and Goofy to exit the datascape. It's time you guys headed back to the Realm of Light. We'll cover things down here for the time being. Well then, I guess this is goodbye for now. Data or no data, I'll find a way to visit. And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to bring back Data me too. That way, I can thank him in person.
Take care, Sora.
Sora and friends head for the portal, but not before Sora turns to his data friends in order and for one last few words. Roxas, I don't know if you can hear me, but I promise to set you free, no matter what. So, Sora and friends continue on, leaving into the portal. Meanwhile, Data Roxas sheds a tear, proving that Roxas's heart had heard Sora's voice. Back in the real old mansion, Sora and friends return to the lab to greet Pence and Jiminy. Sora! You're finally back! Looks like you found Roxas. In a way, at least. Sora nods his head in agreement. For now. But we'll find a way to save him. For now, I'm just happy he's in good hands. Back in Twilight Town, Sora and friends run through the town to find Hayner and Olette.
Well, bless me bagpipes. It was you, laddies, who rescued me chef.
It's Uncle Scrooge.
Huh? Wait, didn't he sell ice cream in Hollow Bastion?
That's right, but Uncle Scrooge here is what you might call a world traveler.
Cool. How are you, Uncle Scrooge?
Oh, hello, Sora. You're looking hale and hearty. I heard you were on another grand adventure with these two. I hope Donald isn't making a menace of himself.
Donald is surprised to hear these words from Scrooge.
Why did you have to say that?
So, Uncle Scrooge, what's that you were saying about a chef?
Oh, right. The chef of me bistro here wanted to show ye his appreciation, so he baked this cake for ye.
Sora is given a box, much to his curiosity. What is it? Sora opens the box to find what looks like to be some sort of cake or tart. Wow! Cake! Scrooge's hat begins to shake, as if there was something under it. The whole cake? It's for us?
I settle down. The chef wants you to know. Oh, it's not a cake, but a tart of fruits.
He does?
Why keep it under me hat?
Scrooge then pulls out from his hat the same rat that Sora and friends met earlier in the woods, who lands on Scrooge's hat to present himself to Sora and friends.
May I introduce Little Chef?
Oh, it's you!
Uncle Scrooge, you opened a bistro in Twilight Town?
Aye, it all started a little while ago, when I was enjoying one of the best meals of my life, and when I asked to speak to the chef, I met this sweet genius. As it turns out, he wanted to expand his culinary horizons, so I thought that, oh, that's an opportunity, and I financed the whole operation.
Little Chef, Little Chef, also known as Remy to us viewers, begins to making hand gestures in order to communicate with Scrooge.
Oh, I think he wants to cook some more for ye. Fetch some ingredients, especially anything unusual. That'll be fun, kinda like a scavenger hunt. And the more the better. The mark of a truly great chef is creating masterpieces out of anything. He can start right here in town.
We'll do anything to try more of Little Chef's food.
Yeah, that tart sure did look scrumptiously delicious.
Okay, the ingredient hunt is on. Goofy and Donald nod in agreement. After finding the ingredients, Sora and friends return to Remy at the bistro. Hey, guys! Sora and friends turn to see Hayner and Olette running their way. Hayner! Olette! Scrooge then comes out of the bistro. Hey, boss. Done with the posters.
Aye, good work, kids.
You guys work for Uncle Scrooge here at the bistro? Do we? Olette then pulls out a rolled up piece of paper.
He gave us a short job putting up these special posters.
Olette then opens the poster, revealing a movie called Mickey and Sora in Giant Land.
Mr. Duck's hosting an open-air film festival in the courtyard. Cool, huh?
Sora and friends take a closer look at the poster.
Oh, Sora! Hold your phone up to the poster.
Sora then takes a picture of the QR code on the poster with his gummy phone. Okay.
There. You just downloaded a promo game for the film. You can try it later.
You did all this, Uncle Scrooge?
Of course, laddie. Provide a bit of entertainment and then give folks a nice cozy place to relax, like me bistro here. They'll all be happy and hungry and eager to spend their money.
Scrooge then laughs, deviously revealing his greedy nature.
Uncle Scrooge.
Gosh, he sure is canny. I always wondered how he keeps customers coming into his businesses over and over.
Oh yeah. I'm no business guy, but I sure wouldn't want to be one of Uncle Scrooge's competitors. Everyone agrees with Sora. Oh, right. I need to warn you guys. Why? Well, those creepy crawly things might come back for more, so stay on your toes. Sure, but don't we have you guys to take care of them for us?
You have to leave again?
Sora nods in confirmation.
It's our job.
But we'll definitely be back.
When you gonna slow down? Sorry. Just do me a favor. Well, what is it? Don't make it too tough. I know how Roxas feels. To be lost. But Donald and Goofy, Kyrie, brought me back by wishing with all their hearts. Donald and Goofy nod to each other in agreement with Sora's words. So, I was hoping the three of you would do the same, and wish for Roxas. What? That's it? That's no favor. We'll all be wishing. I'm wishing.
Yeah. Me and Pence, too.
Thanks. Meanwhile, from on top of a building in Twilight Town, Xemnas and Ansem look down at Sora and his friends. Suddenly, a corridor of darkness appears, revealing Zigbar to be coming from it. Aren't you making it a little too obvious?
We were instructed to guide him. Yes, just look at them. They wouldn't get far if we did not spell it out.
Fair enough. But let's not forget how many times Sora still managed to rain on our parade. They even got access to the datascape, and with it, your little secrets.
If he wavers from the path we lay, we destroy him.
But in that case, we'll have to find ourselves another vessel.
That is why we never have just one iron in the fire.
To be continued. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and put down in the comment section below on what you guys liked or didn't like about this rewrite. Also, check out my new merch store on Etsy. The link will be down below in the description and in the pinned comment and below. With all that said and done, I'm JT Anime, and I'll check you guys later.